and welcome to the Players' Lounge here at the Madejski Stadium as the Thales then continues our nice little pre-season preview content for the YouTube channel with the squad preview. Well, where better to do it than we're right in front of the new kits here because we're doing this on kit launch day, so we don't quite know the full squad yet. A few incomings and outgoings maybe still to happen, but we've got a decent enough idea, mainly because Reading haven't done too much business in this transfer window. So myself, Marc and Olly Allen from the Thales then we'll just go through a nice little preview of the squad as it stands at the moment. Ollie, where would you say that the squad has its most strength at the moment?
I'd probably say in defence. I think we want to play 5 at the back, so we've got the base of 4 at the back. We've got the base of Thiago Ilori, we've got Liam Moore, Paul McShane. We've got there's Jake Cooper who's
maybe going
to Millwall. But for me that's a very strong base to the team. If you want to play 2 at the back, you'd probably put more in there. Ilori and McShane probably for that other spot, or if you want to play 3 at the back, you've got all of them in there. But for me that's a very strong core. I think especially with Vito Minone coming in behind them, I think that could be quite a good partnership.
Yeah, Vito Minone signing. The jury will very much be out until he starts playing, obviously, but I think Ali Al-Habsi came in and had a bit of a wobble at the start. Would we say that we're comfortable with Vito Minone, that he will potentially get better than he already is?
Yeah, I think at our level, you're not going to be able to buy a perfect goalkeeper. I think any goalkeeper in the Championship's going to make mistakes. You mentioned Al-Habsi, he started off really poorly. He made a mistake against QPR that cost Steve Parker's job. But yeah, no, and obviously, but he became player of the season 2 years in a row. So I think we've got to give Minone time. He'll obviously make mistakes. I think we heard from a Sunderland fan on him, and he wasn't very.
Yeah, well, I think we all remember that 8-0 thrashing that Southampton gave them. So.
But I think he's a goalkeeper with Premier League experience. He's played for Arsenal, Sunderland. So I think for 2 minutes, it's not a bad buy.
Yeah, moving on to the midfield then. So we're going to have what I think is going to be one of the more interesting points for the year ahead is how players like John Swift and Liam Kelly, good last year, but still young enough to improve. And certainly Liam Kelly, after his first year in the Championship, none of us expected to be as good as he was, and didn't really have a first-team role as well. He was certainly later in the year on the bench a lot, and it will be interesting to see how Jaap Stam brings him into the team more next year, and how we replace Danny Williams as well. With George Evans, maybe he'll have more of a role later in the year. He certainly had more of a role. So would you say that central midfield we're looking better or worse than last season?
Probably a little bit worse, but that's only because of the loss of Danny Williams. I think obviously we've not actually bought any midfielders in. Yeah. Well, we've got Pelle Clement, but he's more of an attacking player. You have Danny Williams who's sort of a box-to-box, and whether George Evans or Liam Kelly can fill that role we'll have to wait and see. But for me, we might need maybe one more in the midfield.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see between the filming of this and the actual first game in QPR in a couple of weeks to see if that particular gap is plugged. And of course, Joey van den Berg is someone who we could have mentioned for either the defence midfield, who missed a lot of the end of last season with injury. It would be interesting to see how he drops in. I suspect that he'll be more used as a 3-in-the-back defender more than the midfielder. Out on the flanks then, Callum Harriott, we spoke to today, is hopefully on his way back from injury, saying that he was re-injured as soon as he was back from his original hamstring problem. So hopefully he'll have a prominent role. Otherwise, you say Pelle Clement, Gareth McCleary, Roy Behrens, Adrian Popper. We're quite well stocked on the wings, aren't we?
I'd say that's probably our strongest area. We're not quite sure about Gareth McCleary. Obviously, he didn't go out to Holland with the squad, and he's been here training with an injury. Behrens, I think, has done very well in Holland. He scored that cracker of a goal against the Turkish side. I'm not going to try and pronounce.
Yes, with the last kick of the game.
Yeah, last kick of the game. Yeah. So I think out wide we're looking fairly strong, especially if we were going to play 5 at the back with the wing backs. You've got Gunter and Abita who will play that anyway. So you might see people like Behrens or McCleary dropping a little bit further in.
Yeah, I certainly expect Gareth McCleary to move more towards the centre of the pitch as he gets older. He's in his 30s now, so his pace and obviously with injury problems might be one to look out for as he changes. Up front, the only incoming that we've seen, probably I'd say the most important incoming we've seen at the transfer window so far is Bodvarsson coming from Wolves. Not someone with a great goal scoring record, but someone who I think can really fit that role of what Kermigan does in the team and replicate that.
Yeah, I've got high hopes of Bodvarsson. I think he scored 3 goals last season for Wolves, but we've been told he didn't have a break for 2 years. He was playing international football. He was obviously with Iceland at Euros, so maybe with a break this summer. We've been told he's very hard working, which is absolutely perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. So hopefully by the time you've watched this, we've signed another couple of players. Maybe Cristiano Ronaldo finds that he actually has a home in Berkshire. We have very good tax rates after all. and we'll see you later on another preview.